Okay, so good day everyone. Today we're going to talk about the digestive system and body metabolism. So what is digestion? So digestion, no, it's the breakdown of ingested food. So this doesn't just involve mechanically breakdown, no? Nagbe-breakdown lang ng ingested food and that's digestion. No. It also involves the system of absorption of those nutrients that you get from the food into your blood. Your metabolism naman, that's the production of your cellular energy, which is your ATP. No? And the constructive and degradative cellular activities. So your digestive system comprises two main groups. That's your alimentary canal, that's a continuous coiled hollow tube, no, you'll see later, and the accessory digestive organs. So ayan. So basically, no, that is your digestive system. Starting from the mouth, no, to your esophagus, to your stomach, no, your liver, we have your gallbladder, you have your pancreas, you have your spleen, no, your small intestine, and your large intestine. So first, we're going to talk about the organs of your alimentary canal. So when you say alimentary canal, that's a continuous coiled hollow tube. So ayan, 'di ba? Kung mapapansin niyo itong from mouth to your anus, no? Para siyang tuloy-tuloy na yan na hollow tube. Ayan, 'di ba? So tuloy-tuloy na yan na hollow tube. So that is your alimentary canal. So your mouth, your pharynx, your esophagus, no, your stomach, your small intestine, at saka itong large intestine papunta sa yung anus. So first, we have your mouth. So of course, you have your lips that protects the anterior opening, your cheeks that form the lateral walls, your hard palate that forms your anterior roof, your soft palate that forms your posterior roof, and uvula, that's a fleshy projection of the soft palate. Your vestibule, no, that's a space between the lips externally and the teeth and gums internally. Your oral cavity is the area contained by the teeth. Your tongue is attached at the hyoid and styloid processes of the skull and by the lingual frenulum. Your tongue, no, it's attached to the hyoid and styloid processes of the skull. Your tonsils naman, we have your palatine tonsils and your lingual tonsils. So your mouth, no, is for mastication, yung pagchuchu ng food. So it mixes the masticated food with the saliva. And nagkakaroon ng initiation of swallowing by your tongue. And yung tongue mo naman, it allows for the sense of taste. Let's go to your pharynx. So we have your pharynx, no? Tatlo siya. Madi-divide mo siya tatlo. No, wala palang picture dito. You have your nasopharynx, which is actually not a part of your digestive system. We have your oropharynx that is posterior to the oral cavity, and your laryngopharynx, which is below your oropharynx, and it's connected na to your esophagus. Again, your nasopharynx, your oropharynx, and yung laryngopharynx. So, huwag kayo malito ano yung nasa taas. Kasi nasal sa my nose, nasopharynx. Anong likod ng oral cavity or posterior ng oral cavity, that's your oropharynx. Then, your laryngopharynx, no, yun yung connected sa esophagus. So, para saan ba yung pharynx na yan? So, yung pharynx, it serves as a passageway for air and food. So, yung food is propelled to the esophagus by two muscle layers, your longitudinal inner layer and your circular outer layer. So, malalaman nyo yan sa histology. So, yung food movement natin is initiated, no? Yung system nun, yung system nun is initiated by what we call a peristalsis. So, that's the alternating contraction of the muscle layers, no? Yung movement ng muscle layers, yung contractions ng muscle layers. para ma-push down yung food kung asan siya naturally pumupunta patungo sa iyong esophagus, papunta sa iyong stomach, papunta doon sa flow ng alimentary canal. Yung contractions ng muscles na yon, no, ang tinatawag natin doon is peristalsis. So your esophagus, it runs from your pharynx to your stomach through the diaphragm, no? Dadaan siya dun sa diaphragm. So it conducts food, no? Ito yung tinatawag natin kanina peristalsis, no? Slow rhythmic squeezing, no? So kailangan may motion yung mga muscles mo para ma-propel, para ma-push yung food, no? So yun yung peristalsis. So your esophagus is a passageway for food only, no? Yung respiratory system mo, may branch rin yan doon sa pagkatapos ng pharynx. So the layers of your alimentary canal organs, no? Your mucosa, first is we have your mucosa, your submucosa, then your muscularis externa, then your serosa. Ayan. Yan, first, we have your mucosa, which is the innermost layer. So, your mucosa is the innermost layer ng moist membrane. Meron siyang surface epithelium, small amount of connective tissue. We already know about this earlier. And a small, smooth muscle layer. Ayon, no? Meron siyang surface epithelium. Merong tinatawag na lamina propria, no? Ito yung small amount of connective tissue, no? May connective tissue na tinatawag na lamina propria. And meron ding muscle layer. So that's your mucosa, ito, di ba? A surface epithelium, your lamina propria, and your muscle layer. Next is your submucosa. Your submucosa is just beneath the mucosa, no? So after nitong submucosa na to, ito na yung submucosa. So, anong meron sa submucosa? Doon mo makikita yung blood vessels, nerve endings, and lymphatics na naka-embed sa soft connective tissue. So, ayan. Diba, makikita niyo sa submucosa. O, diba? May mga vessels, meron diyang mga nerve endings. Ayun, o. May mga vessels, nerve endings, and lymphatic system. Doon siya dumadaan. Doon siya naka-place. Next, pagkatapos na yung submucosa, again, meron tayong mucosa. Yung mucosa, may surface epithelium, may lamina propria, then may muscle layer pa. So, after ng after ng mucosa, merong submucosa, which is, ito ay isang soft connective tissue na doon nakalagay yung mga vessels, mga nerve endings, and your lymphatics. Next is your muscularis externa. Your muscularis externa comprises two muscle layers. That's your circular muscle layer and your longitudinal muscle layer. Ayan. Now, you have your inner circular layer and you have your outer longitudinal layer. So, ayan. After doon, we have your serosa na, which is your outermost layer or your visceral peritoneum. So, it's a layer of serous fluid producing cells. So, yung alimentary canal nerve plexuses mo, no, it's autonomic. So, hindi mo naman masasabi yung sa digestive system, wag ka muna mag-work ngayon, di ba? So, it's naturally there. Automatic na siyang nangyayari. So, all of those are part of your autonomic, nervous system. So, there are three separate networks of nerve fibers. First is we have your submucosal nerve plexuses, your myenteric nerve plexuses, and your subserous plexus. So, your stomach is located on the left side of the abdominal cavity. So, food enters at the cardioesophageal sphincter. So, saan na yun? So, your stomach is medyo na siya sa left, diba? Makikita nyo. So, what are the regions of your stomach? So, first, we have your cardiac region. It's yun yung banda kung saan near the heart. Then, you have your fundus, your body, your pylorus, which is a funnel-shaped terminal end. No, ayan, you have your fundus, you have your body, you have your pylorus, no, which is funnel shape. When you say funnel shape, yung pag magbalhin mo og tubig sa isa ka botelya di ba na may katong salaan na murag basta i-search na ninyo sa ng funnel kanang ko sa Bisaya basta mo na di ba mo na siyang funnel dito sa tumoy so mo na siya no funnel shaped terminal end tapos no ito, yung pyloric sphincter mo, yung stomach mo, nag-empty siya into the small intestine. Small intestine naman isugod diri sa duodenum through your pyloric sphincter. So, pag abrihan nimo ng imong stomach, makita ninyo ning murag foldings, diba? Murag giring-giring na kanang ruffled, no? So, ang tawag ana ay rugae of the mucosa. So, those are your internal folds of your mucosa. No? Tapos, you have your external regions. You have your lesser curvature, diba? Lesser. So, mas maliit siya na curvature. And your greater curvature, which is mas malaki. So, we have the layers of your peritoneum attached to the stomach. So, first is your lesser omentum that attaches tayong picture. So, we have your lesser omentum, no, that attaches the liver to your lesser curvature. So, ayan, yung lesser omentum mo, makikita mo yan dito, your lesser curvature to your liver. Then, your greater omentum attaches the greater curvature to the posterior body wall. So, wag kayo mawala. Kasi yung omentum naman, yung tinatawag na omentum, nakasunod na siya kung saang curvature siya nakadikit. Like, kung nakadikit siya sa lesser curvature, papunta na yan dun sa liver, no? Yun yung tinatawag na lesser omentum. Itong greater curvature, merong omentum dyan. Ang omentum, para lang siyang sheet or sa medyo fatty siya tingnan na ang purpose niya is for attachment ganun no nag-a-attach siya so yung omentum na yan it contains fat no medyo fatty siya talaga tingnan hindi siya fatty talaga siya tingnan kasi yun yung nag-insulate no and cushion and protect your abdominal organ so murag giputangan nimo siya mga cotton or something para lang di ba pag mag-package pag magpaka og package, di ba, imong putangan og mga fillers, imong putangan og mga styrofoam para lang ma-keep in place tong mga para ma-secure tong sa imong ginasulod sa package. So, mo na ang pulo sa peritoneum. Omentum, no? So, meron siyang fat para maghatag og heat, then at the same time, it cushions and protects your abdominal organs. So, imo ang stomach, no, it acts as a storage tank for food. It's the site of food breakdown. And that is where the chemical breakdown of protein begins. Then, it delivers chyme. Those are yung tinatawag natin sa processed food to the small intestine. So, ano yung mga specialized mucosa of the stomach? First is we have your sa simple columnar epithelium ng stomach, mayroong mga specialized mucosa doon. First is your mucous neck cells. So, huwag kayo malito. Mucous neck cells, they produce a sticky alkaline mucus, no? Gastric glands. So, what they secrete? They secrete gastric juice. Chief cells, no? Produce protein digesting enzymes called your pepsinogens. So, when you say pepsinogens, don't forget that's from your chief cells. Your parietal cells, they produce your hydrochloric acid, and your endocrine cells, they produce gastrin. So again, your mucous neck cells, they produce a sticky alkaline mucus. Your gastric cells, they secrete gastric juice. Your chief cells, they produce protein digesting enzymes called your pepsinogens. Your parietal cells, they produce hydrochloric acid. And your endocrine cells, they produce gastrin. So, sa stomach mucosa mo naman, may mga gastric pits formed by the folded mucosa ng mga rugae kanina. And glands and specialized cells are in the gastric gland region. Iyon. Diba? May mga gastric pits. Okay. Ay, hindi yan yung rugae pala daw. Never mind. Dito yan siya sa stomach mucosa. So, doon na tayo sa small intestine. So, your small intestine, that's your body's major digestive organ. It's actually the site of the nutrient absorption in the blood, into the blood. So, it's a muscular tube extending from the pyloric sphincter to the ileocecal valve. Yung pyloric sphincter kanina, ito yung sinasabi ko. Ito yung stomach, may pyloric sphincter dyan. Starting there, small intestine na yan pababa. So, from the pyloric sphincter to the ileocecal valve, yan yung small intestine. And it's suspended from the posterior abdominal wall by the mesentery. So, this is very important, DJI. So, ito yung subdivisions of the small intestine, especially for your level, dapat hindi kayo malito na. First, yung naka-attach sa stomach, that's your duodenum, and naka-curve siya around sa head ng pancreas. Kasi, don't forget, saan ba yung picture? Diba? Your pancreas is somewhere here. Diba? Ito yung pancreas. So, yung duodenum mo, diba? Ito yung pyloric sphincter. Itong duodenum mo, naka-attach siya dyan sa pancreas. So, kay malito kasi ang pancreas naman yung una. So, pag tinanong kayo, anong naka-curve around the head of the pancreas? So, syempre, yung duodenum kasi yun yung una, yun yung sa taas. Then, jejunum, next subdivision, duodenum, jejunum, it attaches anteriorly to the duodenum. And the ileum extends from the jejunum to the large intestine. So, after ng ileum, large intestine na. So, in your small intestines, meron yung mga sources ng enzymes that are mini-mix na with the chyme. So, pinoproduce yun ng intestinal cells and pancreas. And of course, yung bile mo nag-enter from the gallbladder. Yan. Ito, yan. Diba? This is very, very, especially pag pag mag-med school, these structures are very important. Kasi sa hospital, guys, especially if magro-rotate kayo under surgery or gusto nyo mag-surgeon, ang daming laparoscopic cholecystectomy sa mundo. So, araw-araw may ganyan sa OR. So, ito yung mga structures na parating mga nakakasalamuha, First, we have your right. Imagine niyo yan, liver yan dyan, liver yan. So, nasa baba ng liver, itong gallbladder mo at itong mga structure na to. So, galing sa liver mo, may right and left hepatic ducts from your liver. Ayan, meron pala dito. Di ba? Imaginein mo, liver yan. Ito yung gallbladder mo. Itong mga structures, ito na yon. So, palabas ng liver mo, merong right and left hepatic ducts. Mag-meet yun to form your common hepatic duct. And from your gallbladder, ang lalabas doon is your cystic duct. Then, yung common hepatic duct mo and cystic duct, ito na, magiging CBD na yan, or your common bile duct. Yan. So, in your small intestine, there are finger-like structures formed by the mucosa. So, it gives the small intestine more surface area. So, we also have in your small intestines microvilli. Now, these are small projections of your plasma membrane. They are found on absorptive cells. So what are the structures involved in the absorption of nutrients? First is your absorptive cells, then your blood capillaries, then your lacteals, which are specialized lymphatic capillaries. So, ano yung mga structures involved na absorption ng nutrients? You have your absorptive cells, your blood capillaries, and your lacteals, which are specialized lymphatic capillaries. So, in your small intestine, there are folds. No, these are called circular folds or plicae circularis. It's found in the deep folds of your mucosa and submucosa, and they do not disappear when filled with food. Then, yung submucosa mo na, merong Peyer's patches. So, Peyer's patches is the collection of your lymphatic tissue. Next, doon na tayo sa large intestine. So, eto yung large intestine mo. So, yung sa large intestine, it's larger in diameter. Pero, no, mas malaki sila, larger in diameter sila. Pero, they are smaller than your small intestine. No? Tapos, nag-frame siya ng internal abdomen mo. Kasi tingnan mo, di ba? Maganda yung pagkakaayos niya. Hindi katulad nung small intestine na parang nakagutay-gutay fold siya, whatever, dyan sa gitna. So, anong function ng large intestine mo? So, yung large intestine mo, it functions for the absorption of water. It eliminates indigestible food from the body as feces. And they do not participate in the... Actually, hindi sila participate in the digestion of food. So, sa large intestine mo, don't be confused. Doon mo makikita yung goblet cells. So, yung goblet cells, they produce mucus to act as a lubricant. So, first, the structures of your small intestine, we have your cecum, no? Ito. So, galing sa ileum ng small intestine, ang first part na patutunguhan niya is cecum. So, itong cecum. So yung cecum, it's a sac-like first part of the large intestine. Tapos, after no, merong appendix. Ito yung appendix. Yung appendix mo, it's an accumulation of lymphatic tissue that sometimes becomes inflamed. So, saan mo makikita yung appendix mo? Doon siya nakahang sa cecum. Pagkatapos ng cecum, merong ascending, transverse, descending, no? Ascending, transverse, and descending colon. Then, rectum na, then, doon na sa pet mo yung anus. So, don't be confused, diba? Cecum, first part na parang sac-like, no? First part na parang sac-like. The first part ng yung large intestine. Then we have your ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon, and then your rectum and anus. So, the modifications to the muscularis externa in the large intestine. So, dun sa large intestine mo, tatlong bands yung smooth muscle, and that's what we call your tinea coli. And the muscle bands have some degree of tone, and walls are formed into pocket-like sacs called hostra. No, pag i-open mo siya. Next is your accessory digestive organ. Okay, so let's do this in two parts. Let's cut the first part here.